here's another problem that wants us to use the intermediate value theorem. We would like to show that there is a root, in other words, a solution of the equation sin x equals 1 minus x squared in the interval -2 to -1. What is going to be my continuous function here in order to use the theorem? Let's see. I have sin x equals 1 minus x squared. So if I take everything in this equation to the left, or this one, take the sin x to the right, and make sure you set one side of the equation to 0. So let's start. So if we say sin x minus 1 plus x squared equals 0, what is going to be my f of x? I will let this function to be my f of x. And note that this function is continuous. I need to state that in order to use the theorem, because that's the most important part of the theorem again. So why is this function continuous on the interval given? Well, let's see. Sin x is a continuous function because it's a trig function. We know the graph has no jumps, no holes, no vertical asymptotes, right? X squared minus 1 again is a polynomial. It's a continuous function, and we said in class that if we add two continuous functions, you get a continuous function back. That's nice. So we can state this and then proceed. This has to be on your work. Okay, f of x is a continuous function on -2 to -1. And take a to be -2 and b to be -1. And what is f of -2? F of -2 is sine of -2 plus 3. And if you use your calculator, or like you can even use your smartphone if you have one, to approximately find this number, and that number is 2.090702. And what is f of -1? F of -1 is going to be sine of -1. And if we compute this, it will be minus 0.84147, right? So let's see, let's put them in the graph. Well, before we do that, let's remember our goal. Okay, so I need to find a c in this interval such that f of c equals 0. And why is that going to help me to figure out the solution of this equation? Because think about it. If you have a solution for f of c equals 0, then sine c plus c squared minus 1 will be 0, right? But then if you rewrite it and then get this one back, this is solving this is the same as solving this equation, right? So they have the same solution set. Good. And let's see. Here again, I'm going to choose n to be 0. Why? Because f of -2 is a positive number, right? We computed this as 2.09-ish, and then f of -1 is -0.84, blah, blah, blah. So between these 2 points, you have a continuous function, right? And remember, from the intermediate value theorem, n can be anything between these two numbers. So if you in particular choose n to be 0, then you will get an input c such that f of c equals 0, right? So let's write that by the intermediate value theorem. Let's remember what that was. So as long as you pick a number between f of a and f of b, there exists a number c in a, b such that f of c equals n. Great. So choose n to be 0. Then by the IVT, there exists a solution c in the interval such that f of c equals 0, and that's equal to n. So this shows that we have a solution of the given equation, right? And that finishes the problem. Thank you so much for your attention.